Hello, good evening, and welcome to Questions of Yalpelor, 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 Yalpelor. Welcome to Questions of Yalpelor.
Good evening. Hey, welcome to Questions of Yalpelor, everyone. Nice to see everyone in chat and everyone, all my wonderful players. Questions of Yalpelor is a weekly online improvised adventure game comedy show. My name is Itamar, I'm your host and game master, and I've gathered these 4 hilarious improvisers and actors from all over the world to travel through the lands of Yalpelor with me. We have Matt playing Grubble Bumblin Esquire, a quarterling bubble mancer who's desperately seeking to reclaim his family fortune. We have Jada playing Triss, a nebulous summoning, who has only recently gained sentience, now gleefully exploring life in Yalpelor with her new friends. We have Talia playing Aklis Darkmoor, a traveling death knight with an ancestral sword and lots of family history. And we have Trent playing Dirt Hotbelly. His father is an angel, his mother is a volcano, and he's 100% half rock buddy. These players are here not just to play their characters. Part of the fun for me is that I've asked them to invent and flesh out new details in the game world, play other characters, segue into unexpected scenes, and all in all make my job as game master more interesting and chaotic than it would otherwise be. The game system we're using is Macchiato Monsters. It's an old school game in the style of Dungeons & Dragons. And the character portraits that you see on screen right now are done by Shani Grimm, and music is by tabletopaudio.com. Links to their social and their websites are down below in the description. You can click there and go look at their things for yourself. And these are all the attributions. That's all you need to know about the show if you were here for the first time. We are ready now. Instead of a sponsor, as we have every week, we're ready for something a little bit different. How about you take it away, Matt?
I shall. So last week I wasn't here, and everyone else, with the exception of Itamar, played Grebel to varying degrees of success, and I thought to finally decide who is the second best Grebel, or possibly best Grebel if they're better than me, we're going to have a Grebel off. So I have scored their performance from the show. So that means, Itamar, you are behind. You are going to have to do even better than everyone else.
Oh, no.
He didn't realize he was playing, but he is.
That's true.
They are going to be scored both on their accent and on the content, because I don't want anybody saying that Grebel is going to go have a beer with Kyleton, because that kind of behavior is just unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So we know who's at the bottom of the pack, is what you're saying.
Indeed.
Second bottom of the pack.
I'm digging out a D4 from my bag of dice, and I will roll it to see who is going first. They will start their phrase with the words, "Right then," and then they will say something that Grebel might say. And we're starting with Jada.
Right then. Is that mine by any chance?
Oh, just gotta get a score down there. Right, roll again.
Wait, you're not even telling us the scores?
No, you'll find out at the end. Otherwise, it'll take too long. Next is Itamar.
Oh, God. Okay. What am I going to say?
We start with the words "right then."
Yeah. Right then. Wilk, what is your opinion?
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, next is Trent.
What do I start with?
Right then.
Right then. The thing is, Kyleton, I don't really like you.
Full marks for content there, that's for sure. And finally, Talia.
Right. Right then, I'm terribly sorry for this horrible mess that my friends have made. Also, fuck Kyleton.
That was like
Full content.
And the winner at the end of that is Talia.
What?
With 5 points.
Thank you.
Nice.
Congratulations, you are second best Grebel.
Thank you. So what did we say that I get?
Yeah, what was the order in this exactly? I disagree as well. Like all to you, Talia, but you were speaking in your own voice by the end of that one.
That's true, but like last episode, I think I did pretty well. But this time, not so much.
Your reward, Talia, is that when I do my next separate Figment RP show that will not be Adequate Company, but something new with a new system, you will be a player in that game.
Right then. Thank you.
Perfect.
Now I disagree even harder.
After the show, tell us the real winner.
Okay, sure.
Am I the very last place, like, ever?
Yes, you are. Yes.
I am. Okay. Good to know some things don't change. Okay. All right. So that was awesome. Thank you very much, Matt.
That's all right.
That was very well done. We'll have probably more of these if players have to play each other's PCs in the future, which I hope doesn't happen because I hope you'll all show up always. But if somebody misses, that's going to be an opportunity to do that more. Cool. So I think we're ready to begin, and let's start with reminding ourselves of the presence of another group of characters in this jungle. Another group which was and has been in a race to get to the tree with our 4 heroes, with the 4 questers. This group will in a second be physically described by you because you're going to be playing them as usual. We'll just start by saying that there's the tree, right? And we just described at the end of the last episode that you're very close to the tree. Some of you have been thrown at the tree. Some of you are just watching it from a few paces distance. If we get a little bit farther away into the deep jungle, not the same direction you came from, the questers, the path that you made through the jungle, a different direction, we will see a group which is having a bit of a harder time walking through the jungle. They actually have to wade through the plants. And as they're walking through the jungle, using machetes or other tools to clear the way in front of them, plants keep growing back because of the unbridled life force sent out by the life tree. And their progress is really very, very slow. It has been very slow for the past couple of days through the jungle. Walking through the bushes, the thick vines, the roots on the ground, they've been quite exhausted actually from the way. And let's hear about their physical attributes, who they are and what they look like exactly. Let's start with the one that is walking at the head of the column, which I think is Athla. Yeah, that's right.
So, right. So, Athla is wearing these magical like sunglasses that keep him like cool. They're cool sunglasses. They're called sunglasses of cool, and they just sort of help because he's sweating so much as he's like chopping down plants and whatnot, as he's just sort of like leading the way and like grunting, and the sweat is like shining off his muscles. And because he's like so much taller than everyone else, because he's up to the waist is like a normal person's height, and then it's just like a normal person on top of that. So he's like disproportionately like 2/3 of his body is legs.
I'm imagining Johnny Bravo,
but like the opposite way around. It's reverse Johnny Bravo, right? And so he's like cutting down towards the floor so that everyone else has like a clear path.
Nice. Cool. So walking second very excitedly is...
Did I say my name? I'm Athle.
Oh, yeah, you didn't. It's Athle. So Athle is at the head of the column. Second is Skep, actually. Skep is wearing his normal outdoorsman clothes and straw hat on. I will remind you that on Skep's shoulder There is a tiny gray cat that has been described a couple of times in the past. Skep actually took the cat on the journey with him.
Do we know the cat's name?
Right, so Skep is a member of the Ticism family. Skepticism is his full name. So the cat is called Kitticism. And this also is something that I don't remember who, but somebody made up at a previous session. So that's now the truth. That's the name of the cat. Skep is very excited, but is kind of apprehensive a little bit about what's going to happen. Yeah, so who's third in line behind Skep?
I think probably me.
Go ahead.
So what you see is this very, very short, almost like hair-cloaked shadow. The hair is almost the color of moonbeams, and it wraps around her like very curvy figure, but again, quite petite. She has two big glowing eyes, and there's another eye in the back of her head that sort of swivels and closes and just sort of flirts in general with the plant life around her. She's wearing a long flowing veil, more for sun protection than anything, I would say. And she sways as she walks. So every time like she steps on a piece of grass and it immediately regrows, she's already almost like 3 or 4 paces, almost just flowing. And in her hand, she holds a candle similar to this, like a little nub, but it's the same candle and the same nub that she's been holding for the past probably 3 or 4 days, because the flame still hasn't gone out. And she's muttering to herself, "The dreamscape is electrified with ultrasonic energy." And other hippie bullshit.
Nice.
And that is Mist.
All right, that is Mist. Who's number 4?
I'll go next.
Mm-hmm.
So number 4 is Roman, who was previously described by me as a dude. All right, so he's got like that's kind of piratey, vampire-y white shirt with the sleeves and the stuff. You know what I'm talking about. The piratey, vampire-y shirt.
Like super romantic pirate sort of thing.
Yeah.
Down here.
Portrait of Dorian.
Yeah, that shirt. And also doesn't seem to be very happy about walking in the forest. But shut up, cats. This is not the time. Yeah. A guy with a shirt.
Okay.
Doesn't like the forest.
Cool, nice.
Are they still drinking?
I mean, I definitely have some drinks in my backpack or stuff. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Did you say your name?
Oh, Romanticism.
Romanticism. Cool. And last, please describe yourself.
So, because the Ticisms travel like wolves with the alpha in the back, following up is Poe, who he's tall and slender. Imagine, if you would, a stick bug, however, as a man. And this stick bug has this ponytail, which is long and flowing, and also a goatee, which also is long and flowing. But you notice they don't long or flow at the same time. They're more, the one gets shorter and the other longer, and then the other longer and shorter, and like this back and forth. And he is following by sort of floating, almost. It looks as though he's walking, but he's slightly hovering above the ground, wearing long black robes and head deep in a book. Is Poeticism.
All right. So these 5 members, I think I said mistakenly 4 before, but of course these 5 members of the Ticism family are walking through the jungle quite slowly, uncomfortably, without Ethla. It's unclear how much headway you would have made in the first place at all. might be that you wouldn't be able to even progress through the jungle. Athla, what tool or implement are you using? Is it a machete?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. So it is.
Every now and again, I just swap it to my left hand so that, I'm working all the muscles.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. The muscle confusion principle. The way is slow. You hack at the wide leaves, the dangling vines, the tall bushes, and pieces of them fly off. But almost immediately as you do, they start growing up again. And it seems like at some point earlier today, a few hours ago, these growing plants have started to have a mind of their own. They don't just grow really quickly to replace the damage that you made. They grow in different shapes in ways that seem designed to stop and trip you and slow you down on your way. If you cut something down with a strike of your arm, the new branches and leaves that grow are trying to wrap themselves around your arm to stop you, to trap you, and you have to tear your arm free and hack again more quickly than they've been growing. So even though you're so strong and capable and athletic, you are just as exhausted as your four cousins and family members walking behind you. So the Tisisms are moving through the jungle. The noise that they make is quite loud, which means that our heroes are going to hear them quite soon. But there's still some minutes of conversation to be made when Skep suddenly looks up and says, "We're almost there. We're almost at the tree."
This vision quest never ends. My suprakarmic consciousness is not telling me that we are near. I don't feel it in the force. Skep, how are you sure?
All these things you say about your visions and your quests, until I see it with my own eyes, I'm not going to believe it. I'm going to believe what my eyes see. And look at that. And he points up into the air right in front of you, and you can just see the beginning of the tall, dark green shape of the tree. It's barely noticeable between like the branches and the leaves of the lower trees around you, but you can see that there's something big and dark over there.
Oh, I can feel the psychonic wave oscillations of the karma.
Oh, sure you do. You just feel it because I showed you where the tree is, don't you?
Skep, do not make me hurt you.
Oh.
We are here for you, and I am on a mission of peace, but sometimes peace needs to be reconfigured, and I can reconfigure you.
Okay, I'm not skeptical of your powers. I know that you have that ability, so I'll just stay quiet from now on about all that. Even though
Yep, you gotta remember that, like, I know you have stuff you want to be doing, but this is about the journey, not the destination. And like this tree of life, that's cool and all, but we're having some family time. We're hiking. That's what families do, right?
Yeah.
Yep, you do seem suspiciously eager. Normally you're one to question things, but this you're quite animated towards.
I mean, of course, I told you all about that. Why be suspicious?
Well, that's just your nature.
That's right. I guess I've spent so much time that researching and looking this information up, that now that I found where the tree is and how to get to it and what I can do with the seed, it's making me unable to wait one more second before I get my hands on that seed and I use it. I use it to resurrect my love.
Yeah, what was her name again?
Let's see. It says it somewhere down here, doesn't it? What her name was.
Bro, just remember, like, resting is just as important as exercising. Like, You have
Clearly, you care
great
so much
secrets.
for her, Skep, in how well you remember the name of Alice.
Oh, did Jada find it first?
I didn't find it, I remembered it.
Alice?
Even more impressive.
That's amazing.
I
Okay.
could be wrong, but I'm like 98,000% sure it was Alice.
What I remember is
Danger
that,
proved.
I mean, it's
That's
written
awesome
down
to
somewhere
chat.
here. But what I remember is that Skep's family members, the four of you, you wanted her to change her name to Ellie so she could be Ellie to Sism. And
That's genius.
He wanted her to change it, but he was saying no, which I thought was a bit. I mean, I think that if she's not willing to change her name, she shouldn't be a Tassism. It doesn't seem to fit with our general balance.
I think that it's got to be her decision. I will respect it if you suggest it. Once she's back and she says no, then I'll just let her keep her own name.
Have we come out of the? Have we come out of the woods yet? Are we in the clearing?
Not yet. No, there's a little to go.
Athlete, please stop making that noise.
The grunts just help. You know, it's an expression of your.
It really doesn't help any of us.
It helps me as an expression of my energy. It's just how it goes. But like, you know, we're almost there. I'll like stop in just a moment. So, like, don't even worry about it.
I mean, yeah.
We must enlighten ourselves and heal others, Athlete. Would you like me to heal you?
Yeah, I would be so cool, but just like wait until I'm done and then like heal me while I'm like resting between reps. It would be just like perfect.
Sure, like muscle recovery. I can do that.
That would be so cool.
Okay.
I just need to realign your chakras. It won't be more than a pinch.
Great. That's so great.
Self-actualization is consent.
It's just like wicked.
Yeah, I guess it'll be great if you could do that for him because Athla, you've been. I mean, it's only thanks to you that we're here.
Yeah, well, we're just like following.
I mean, I feel like we've all helped in our own way.
Oh, of course you have. I actually wanted to say this is. We usually don't cooperate very well, like Tassisms in general. It's really nice. It's really nice that we're all here together, isn't it?
Everyone their place.
I just liked, you know, Poe's ode so much. He had just such a great ode that he was telling us last night. Poe, can you like say that whole ode again? that brilliant ode that you wrote.
Oh yeah, I loved it. Loved
the whole
it.
thing.
It was
Well,
not mediocre.
Yeah, we've got time. We're just walking through the forest. Why not just, you know, entertain us again with your ode?
Just like the best bit. If you haven't got, yeah, whichever, you know, the whole thing or just the best
Just-
bit you choose.
Shut up and I'll do it. Now, clear your mind. And then, the next 5 minutes it's silent, but Poe is transmitting this into their heads.
There's a tear rolling down Atlas's face, and it's sort of mingling with all the sweat.
Mist's third eye is rolling just a little bit, but she can't stop herself from enjoying it.
Roman loves poetry, so he's definitely into that.
Oh, and Skep has a little smile that he's trying to hide, hearing that beautiful ode, and I think that's when you step forward and you find yourself right at the edge of the thick undergrowth, and almost under the tree, because as I've described before, this huge tree 20 or 30 meters tall, dwarfs, even Athley. Even you, Athley, who's used to looking at trees like at eye level. Usually, you have to look up in order to be able to appreciate its beauty. The seed is there, hanging from one of the branches, very, very clearly, and this huge lizard, covered in plates and sharp spines on its back, sharp teeth, a huge jaw with sharp teeth in it, a heavy big tail, is lumbering around this tree. We jaunt back to our heroes. Grubble, you've just thrown Triss in the air. You've used your boots of jumping to jump high up and throw Triss like a ball, like in the sport. You've done a good enough job, both of you. You've tried to aim, but it didn't go exactly as you planned. Triss, you hit the tree trunk instead of flying all the way up to the branch where the seed is hanging, and you fell down on the ground between two roots. Achilles and Dirt, you're there with Grubble as well. Wilk is there in the wagon. All of you are looking, even Marigold, looking worriedly at Triss, which is now a dark little blob of shadow between two roots on the ground. They're right underneath the tree. They're very far away from you, and they seem to be healthy, haven't been wounded by the fall, but now out in the relative open, where the lizard, I mean, they're not going to be hidden from the lizard for long. What do you do?
Hey guys, I think we better get moving, because in just a second Triss is going to try and make friends with that thing.
What
Right.
thing?
That great big lizard.
Well, that one. But that's okay, because that's what Triss usually does, so it's nothing different, you know?
Right, but what if it doesn't want to be Triss's friend, you know?
Well, then we just take care of it, but what if it does?
Right, but perhaps it's best to find out whether this creature is friendly or not from a safer distance.
Any decision? What are you doing, the three of you?
We're running towards Triss, at least I am.
Okay, you're running out
yeah.
out of the cover, Achilles. You're running with Grubble. Dirt, are you with them?
Fucking.
Okay.
Walking.
Triss is like popped just sort of their eyes, so like it's like sort of like popped up an approximation of a head out from between the roots and a hand, and all you see is hi.
Okay, so the three of you run out. Wilk jumps out of the wagon and runs with you, and then she just pats on Marigold's shoulder and says, "You wait here, we'll be right back." And she runs with you. She stops. She runs a 3 steps back. She pats on her neck again and says, "Oh, wait, I'm not allowed to tell you what to do. Do whatever you want." And then she turns around and runs with you again into the clearing underneath the tree. The three of you run ahead. And then, the lizard notices you. It's not going to be... it's quite surprised to see some people just jump out of the bushes, which means that the Tessisms see you before you see the Tessisms. You are visible to the Tessisms, and I will now ask you as the Tessisms, what do you do when you see those new... let's say adversaries for now, because they said they're gonna stop Skep in his mission. What do you do when you see these three characters run up to the tree?
Oh my god,
Galaxy.
they totally beat us here.
Hmm?
Sorry, Mist, you were speaking.
I was just gonna say, the galaxy is approaching a tipping point, and aren't those weird little things that tried to convince Skep that they weren't something?
Little things? What do you mean, little things?
Well, those small minds that we decided not to join, and then wasn't the little thing your friend, the little black thing?
Oh, yeah. Triss, they wanted to help, but then they decided not to because the Death Knight said it's anathema. What I'm trying to do, it's forbidden.
Well, I feel the seed. I think I want it.
Oh, well, let's get it then. I think that's perfect. Athla, after you.
No, I'm like taking 30 seconds rest time. You guys go ahead, I'll be right there.
Oh.
Because Miss promised, Miss stands behind Atla and starts like manipulating part of their hair to give like a trigger point massage.
Okay, Skep is really anxious now. He's standing in front of you, like shifting his weight from foot to foot and saying, okay, so what are we going to do? When are we going to spring into action? While this conversation is happening, you're running into the clearing, and at this point, the lizard sees you. And it roars. It gives off a mighty roar. Rawr! You all roll...
Wait, can you demonstrate again?
Yeah, a mighty roar.
A mighty?
Rawr! That's the roar. Only multiply that by 1,000. Now, the three of you, three ones who are running towards Triss, roll Constitution, please.
Oh dear.
Counter for walking.
Okay. Yeah. Constitution.
I mean, Triss is just, hi, trying to distract the lizard.
Distract the lizard. Oh, okay.
Well, and become friends, but distract as well.
Mm-hmm.
Multi-purpose.
So the roar shakes the ground. Actually, it's not the ground really. It's just the air. The roar carries through the air and hits you like a wall of force. Grubble and Dirt, you fall down on the ground in the middle of the way. Wilk, let's roll for Wilk just to see how well Wilk does as well. Why not? Wilk rolled a 3, which is good enough. So Wilk and Aklis, you make it. And Aklis, you're standing above Triss. You see Triss down now very clearly below you on the ground. Wilk is standing next to you, seeming very raring and ready to go, very determined to help in any way that
I'm not
she
counting
can.
on her.
You what?
I'm not counting on her.
Yes, very clearly, that's obvious, but she's there and she's ready. Triss, you're trying to get the lizard's attention and distract it from your friends. Roll Charisma, please.
Just before you take Jada's turn, I think there's some messages you should see in chat.
In chat?
I will roll charisma while you look at the Zoom chat.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh no! How am I unsurprised?
I cannot look at the Zoom chat.
Okay.
So you just tell me.
Oh no.
Trent. Yeah, just got it.
I may have to leave a little early today, but I will let you know as I know.
I see. Okay, that's okay. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, we'll make it work. So
Oh, we'll all play dirt and then have a dirt off
Exactly.
next session.
We will figure out who's the dirtiest.
All right. No dirt puns yet. No, that's too early in the episode for that. The roll of charisma, you failed. So that means, yeah, the lizard charges all of you. It's big enough to be able to hit all of you and stomp on all of you together. It's just huge, right? It's the size of a small building, like I said before. So it's just going to charge all of you right now. Aklis, you're the first one who has the chance to respond to that. What do you do?
Great. I'll attack. Wait. Yes, yeah, I'll just attack. I'll attack 4 times, and we'll see what happens.
You attack. You go ahead and attack. Make a strength roll with disadvantage, because this creature has many more hit dice than you. Okay. Even with
You have no power here.
Huh? What did you say?
I said you have no power here. Also, whoa, I have a lot of hit points.
You do have a lot of hit points. Okay, so you hit. What that means is that you manage to duck underneath the stomping claws of the lizard, and you manage to slash up at the creature's legs and its belly. Do you just attack as like regular 4 times?
Yeah. Just 4 hits with Transformer.
Sure, go ahead and attack.
Okay, so 9 damage. 2, 6, and 1. Okay.
So it's a total of 18 points of damage. Cool. A couple of very powerful slashes. You slash into the creature. It has thick armor, Your slashes are somewhat weakened. It's very not that hard to hit because it's so big, but it's hard to penetrate the creature's thick hide. And you managed to land a couple of very good slashes. One on the creature's knee, one of the knees of its forelegs, and one in its stomach. The lizard immediately begins to heal in front of your eyes. You realize that there's no way to cause damage to anything alive in here quickly enough to kill it. You're so close to the tree now, so that life force will not be contained here. You will not be able to kill anything at all.
Glad to know, because there's so many other things I can do except hit things with my sword.
When the lizard heals, it heals thick armor, even thicker like scales, which is designed to stop slashes from a sword such as yours. Okay, Triss, you also have the chance to do something before the lizard hits. What do you do?
Yeah, well, because I'm in the tree, right? So actually, they're coming towards the tree. The lizard is between me and everybody else. Triss is going to climb the tree.
Climb the tree. Oh, okay. You want to start climbing? Sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
Roll dexterity to start climbing the tree.
Well, actually, Triss is going to use one of their abilities.
Oh.
And is going to become almost like sticky, and be able to almost as though they were a suction cup, like almost just start climbing leech-like up the tree.
Nice.
Creepy.
Which ability are you using for that?
The corporality.
Corporality,
My ability
cool.
to change my body into substances.
Cool. So you shape two appendages that you shape from your body into flat surfaces that are like sticky and able to stick to surfaces very easily, and you start
Almost like suckers, like think tentacle, like it's just like.
Cool. Nice. You do that. You're a blob with arms, and you start scurrying up really quickly. You don't need to roll anything because it's an ability. It's a special ability. You just do that, and you go up. Grubble and Dirt, because you fell down, you don't manage to react before the lizard is on top of you, and the lizard tries to stomp you. You can just manage to roll dexterity to evade the attack. So both of you roll dexterity, please. What was that? It's a fumble. Oh no, Grubble. And a failure. Okay, so both of you fail. So first of all, we'll roll damage for Grubble, which is, I'm sorry to say, it's double damage because you fumbled. So it's going to be this much damage, Grubble, that you take. 24 points of damage. This is double damage.
Can we just work this out together? Because I'm currently on 32 out of 20.
Right, so we won't even bother taking the hit points off. You just gain these hit points.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
But now you need to make a decision, a snap decision, and tell me how you regrow when you take these wounds. So it's a stomp that like flattens and crushes some of your bones, and you immediately heal it almost instantly, and you regrow differently than you were before. Remember the animals you met on the way, that when you wounded them, they grew more limbs and stuff in order to help them?
Oh my god!
So you're going to grow different than you were before, Grubble, in a way that allows you to be more resistant to what just happened. So you decide and tell me in a second what happens. Yeah. Dirt, the amount of damage you take is just 12. Which means you add 12 hit points. How much did you get to? How many hit points did you get to?
46 out of 19.
46, and you started at 34 then, and now you're at 46. That's the...
Yes.
Okay, so that means you've also surpassed triple, double your starting hit points.
Past double.
Yeah, I'm past double now.
Yeah, you passed double, which means you also need to describe what changes about your body. Sure. The lizard stomps and kicks you around. Some of your surface breaks. The stone, your stony skin shatters and breaks into pieces in some places on your body, and you regrow different than before. So you also need to decide and tell me. Grubble, have you made a decision?
Right, so I think I'm going to be more rubbery. In that I will...
Why?
in response to being squished, that I can withstand being squished, and that way I will hopefully be bouncier for future
Right.
jumping
I'm
around
just-
the
I'm
battlefield stuff.
I'm just imagining Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit right now.
Exactly.
Me.
Oh,
I'm
that's perfect.
less likely to break and more likely to squish and bounce back.
Nice, very nice. So you're
which
now
is
rubbery.
which is good for your springy boots.
Write this down in your character sheet. You are now rubbery. We'll figure out what that means exactly later, but that's true about you now. Your body is slightly rubbery. Dirt, what happens to you? How do you regrow differently?
So, from the top of like the sort of crown of dirt, a mound forms, and it's a mountain. And along his, like, kind of where like a shawl or like a scarf would be, the skin has started sprouting, and it's turning into like volcanic forest, like you would find in like the like in Hawaii. So it's just lush, like small trees and like a tiny little forest around his shoulders.
Wow. Okay.
The mushrooms are like, dude.
Yeah, Gus and Guy are going far out.
What? New friends.
That's amazing. Okay,
Dirty
cool.
trees.
So yeah, that's what happened. Now you have the chance to act. Tell me what you do. 4 questers.
Right, so I've seen the Atlas attacked, and their attacks just made it stronger. So I am gonna use my reagents first to try and get some magic points.
Sure.
Not using my strongest one.
Okay,
and
you
I'm
got 10.
gonna get quite similar to Triss actually. I'm gonna get glue bubbles on my hands and feet. So I'm gonna reach down to my feet, stick glue bubbles on the toes of my shoes. 2 glue bubbles on my hands, and I'm gonna jump towards the tree.
Oh, so you also want to reach the top of the tree.
I'm aiming to get to the seed because I don't know. There's theories in my head because I always think, and either the tree is the problem or the seed is the problem, and the seed is an easier thing to fix.
All right.
Take the seed off.
Sure.
hopefully everything-
I mean, Aklis, you know the answer to this. You know it's the seed that's causing this. The tree has this power, but the seed is what's doing this right now. And you already know because
Okay.
you've been told before, the seed only grows once per several years on this tree. It's not something
Can
that
I
happens
use my action to help Grubble?
Yes, of course. If Grubble, I mean, do you let them know what you do, Grubble, so that they can know how to help you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go up into the tree, Aklis. If you can.
All right.
As I jump off
Oh,
you-
that's not how I talk. All right. I'll hoist you up.
So if I jump off your hands as you push. Also.
Yes, that should work according to all of the physics that I know.
Roll intelligence, Grubble, to cast the spell first.
Oh yeah.
Cool, you made it. Pay the hit points from the 10 that you got from the Juju coffee beans, and now you get on top of Aklis. You grab Grubble by the
I'll
feet.
grab Grubble.
You grab Grubble by the feet, and you lift him up. You throw him up, right?
Yeah.
Grubble,
And also, that takes the chaos thermometer down.
that it does take the chaosometer down from a precarious 11 to a precarious 10. Still quite high. Grubble, you roll dexterity with advantage that you got from Aklis helping you.
Thank you very much. I mean, I'd like to, well, maybe later I might argue that now that I'm rubberier, I might have higher dexterity, but let's just see how this goes first. Woo! Critical success.
A critical success that is awesome. Thank you for the advantage, Aklis. That's great. So that means that you jump up, you shoot up in the air, and you hang on with your sticky bubbles to the branch of the tree, just not 1 meter from the seed. You're there. You can just reach out and touch it. But it's not yet your turn right now. Dirt, what do you do while all this is happening?
Okay, so I've been attacked by the lizard thing, and I'm getting kind of angry, but at the same time I noticed, okay, it doesn't make sense to try and to hurt it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab it with my both of the hands, and I'm going to cast growth, and I'm going to take from my hands, the growth will stem from the fingertips into sort of like roots or branches, and they will go and wrap around the lizard creature to try and hold it and capture it.
Oh, you're growing plants. You're trying to grow plants to wrap around the lizard.
Correct.
I mean, it's the size of a small building. Can you grow plants quickly enough to to actually stop this huge creature?
I mean, let's find out. If not, then I will just do a different thing because I thought it was a little bit smaller, maybe like the size of like a car. But if it's
So
a building,
no, not a car. It's the size of a small apartment building, only on its side, like flat. So how about you can try to do that. You can roll your wisdom, cast a spell, and if you succeed, it'll be an extra roll on the chaos die to make it happen.
I'll do it different. What I'll do is I'll summon the trees to like use their branches to like bend down and try to contain it instead.
There's no tree that's close enough except for this huge tree. You can try to summon the life tree.
I thought we were like in like a major forest. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Crevice. I'm going to do this time. It's much calmer than you've ever seen it before. Dirt just kind of like kneels down and puts his hand on the ground, and I'm going to. I'm gonna try and cast Crevice.
Okay. You don't have any faith left to power this spell, right? So you have to pay your own hit points.
Correct.
How many hit points does the spell cost?
5.
5. Okay, cool. So 5 is enough to create a crevice that's gonna be able. Hopefully, if you succeed, if you manage to cast the spell properly, it's gonna maybe catch 2 of the creature's legs, like in it, and it'll get stuck and hopefully be slowed down trying to free itself from this crevice in the ground. It's not going to be big enough to drop it all like into the ground like you did with the octopanthers in the jungle before, but it's going to be enough for that. Roll your wisdom and spend 5 hit points, which means you heal up by 5 hit points. Great, you made it. Now you healed by 5, which means you're up to now what, 51? 51 hit points. Cool. When you get to 57, which is 3 times your starting hit points, tell me. Because more stuff is going to happen. Same thing with all of you. When you reach a multiple of your starting hit points, you need to tell me that happened. Okay, cool. So you made it. There's a crevice. The ground splits. Dirt. You've caused again a wound to this jungle. This is a living thing, and it hurts because of what you did. The fungi, for some reason, don't mind actually when that happens. But the other plants, the living roots and plants along the ground, are hurting because of what you just did. It's a violent act against the living
that's
tapestry
part
of the jungle.
When Dirt kneeled down, rather than doing it forcefully, he did it sort of in the way of like, look, I'm going to do this, and I want to give you a heads up. I'm going to do this, and I'll make it right when I'm done.
Right. Okay. Cool. So you're able to convey this message, but still you feel the pain. Yeah. And the creature now, its 2 right legs, the front and back right legs, get stuck in the crevice. Triss, you climb up quickly, and you reach the branch, the base of the branch where the seed is. You look behind you and you see Grubble is there already. Grubble is hanging onto the branch right next to the seed. And what do you do when you get there and you see Grubble like that?
Grubble, pass it.
All right, so Grubble passed this. Even the small high-pitched voice of Triss carries off in the air of this clearing, bounces off from the branches and reaches the 5 Tisisms out in the bushes. Skep says, okay, enough healing and doing mystical things. I'm sorry, I totally believe you, but we gotta do something. They're taking the seed. Come on, let's go.
I mean, I'm literally muscle, so just like tell me what to do and I'll do it. Should
All
I
right.
get to the seed for them? Is that what you want?
You gotta stop them. Stop them, and I'll take the seed.
Okay, sure. And I stand up and I stretch and I just charge at the tree.
All right.
At the same time, Miss sort of rolls her shoulders and looks at the lizard and says, "Although you may not realize it, you are sublime." And her hair begins to rise off of her and become a lasso.
Ooh. Okay. And the plan is what? To try to trap the lizard?
It basically to like get a leg and almost like, if possible, flip it, because Miss has the power of the mystic cosmic universe.
Oh.
Sexy.
Cool.
She's good at balancing and unbalancing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Good. And the lizard is, I mean, it's true, you do have that power, and the lizard is already unbalanced, like, to begin with because of Dirt's spell, so it's going to be not very hard to do.
Can can Roman help?
Of course. How do you want to help?
Roman is gonna sing a ballad to the lizard to try and distract it.
Distract by singing
something,
singing a
just
ballad.
something a love song. A love
Okay.
ballad.
Can you sing us the ballad?
Of course I can. Love songs? How did and I will always love you.
Like there's like howler monkeys in the trees that start howling alongside.
Harmonizing.
Very much appreciated.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, you just walk. The two of you walk side by side out of the bushes, not seeing like you're in the middle of a tense, violent situation or a combat or anything like that. Just looking like you're just walking calmly towards the lizard. And singing a love song while you're preparing a lasso from your hair and readying to catch it and flip it on its side or its back. While this is happening, Skep is running after you, Athla. His plan is to...
Can I,
to
as
go-
Aklis, attack them?
Of course you can, in just a second. You're running after... Skep is running after you, Athla. And Roman... no, sorry, not Roman. Poe. What is Poe doing?
So once the lizard has been sort of like mesmerized, right? Poe's gonna kind of float through this kind of big cloud of dust that was formed, and he's going to come up to the head of the lizard, kind of like float up to it because it's tall, right? He's going to put one hand on its snout, like on the nose. He's going to say, "We are not the ones you're looking for. They have another name. We're not the ones you're looking for. Go back from whence you came. We're not the ones for whom you seek. We're not the ones to blame. We're not the ones for whom you seek. Go back from whence you came. We're not the ones to play around with. No, this is not your game. We're not the ones to play around with. Back from whence you came." And he'll just keep doing that for a while.
Okay. Nice. Cool. Aklis, this thing is happening right around you. What do you do?
Pull out. Well, Transformer is already out. I run towards Athley, or wait, Skep is also running in my direction, right?
Athla and Skep are running to the direction of the tree, which is very close to you, but not exactly in your direction.
Okay, so I'm gonna run to where Skep is and attempt to attack him and knock him prone.
Okay, so not wound him, but just knock him down to the ground.
I mean, wound a little. Okay, wound just a little bit of wounds.
Okay.
Oh, can I transformer into a club and then hit him?
Of course, you've already done that. Transformer definitely would.
So
would
I'm
like
gonna
to
do that again.
Transformer, you get the sense, as long as it's violent, bringing a violent end to your problems, it doesn't mean if you're actually killing them, as long as you're hitting things on top of the head with the weapon.
That's very nice.
So it likes that, and you hear Shabard going, okay, I guess you can attack them as well. but Transformer really likes it. Yeah, so roll strength.
Cool. Oh yeah.
A crit. So what do? You exactly, because you're getting exactly what you want now.
Okay, so
Ooh,
what
wow.
I want is to trip Skep and then sit on his butt so that he can move.
Okay, you got it. Athla doesn't even notice. Athla just runs towards the tree, not even noticing Skep even try to run after him. And Skep is
I
now
agree.
on the ground with his mouth full of dirt, going, come on, you gotta let me do that. You gotta let me do that. It's for romance. It's for love.
I'm terribly sorry, but you are misguided.
No, you're misguided. And
No, you're misguided.
he tries.
Just your dirt go, damn!
And all you can where is it? And you're seeing all you see is like Triss is like conjured another sticky arm and is waving it like pass.
Okay. Dirt. So Aklis has run off. Now you are standing relatively alone, almost by yourself, next to the lizard that you've just trapped. 3 of the Tisisms are walking, floating, or flowing towards you in order to claim the lizard and just do other things with it. What do you do?
I'm gonna. What do I perceive that Grebel is done? Has he reached the seed yet?
You all see that. Yeah, you all see the Grubble is right there.
So he's right there. So I'll say, hey, hello, yes, hi, look at me, look down to me here in my thing. Look at my, aren't I crazy? I got like these cracks in my skin and it's like lava things. Hey, what's up, guys? What do you want to know about? Ask me anything. I'm half rock body.
Okay, cool. So you are trying to distract them. Roll charisma, please.
And if it works, I hope it's also giving him advantage.
Grubble?
Yeah, I have no charisma.
No, you don't make it. So they do reach the lizard. Poe puts his hand on the lizard's head, was it? You actually put your hand?
Yes.
And can you hear the poem, or is it only mental?
Everyone can hear, and ideally it has like a range effect.
Oh. What does it do to everyone?
It's a hypnotism. Hypnopoeticism. Hypnoticism.
Okay,
What do
okay.
you think of that?
Gnosticism.
So everyone starts feeling as if being here is not the right idea, and maybe you should go back to where you came. So
Whence?
let's say this is going to be a blanket disadvantage on everything that all the 4 PCs are trying to do. Grubble, you see this happening below you. The Tisisms have all just blown out of the bushes, just ran in the direction of the tree or the lizard, and Aklis took Skep out of the fight for now, but Athla is a very strong climber, and he's climbing up. Then you see Wilk going towards the tree, and finishing a prayer, she just taps Athla's heel, like the back of his foot, as he just jumps up and starts climbing the tree. And there's the same kind of flash of light that you saw before in the previous combat that you were in, or the combat before the last one, you were fighting the Panthers. And Athla, I'll describe to you what you're feeling now. You're starting to itch. Horribly itch. Your whole body starts itching all at the same time. So that means you're gonna be less capable of doing the things that you do so easily. You're still climbing the tree easily. And Grubble, you see Athla climbing up. What do you do?
I'm gonna throw the seed to Triss.
Okay, it's not hard. You disconnect the seed from the tree. As soon as it happens, Dirt and Aklis and, well, Grubble and Triss, so all of you, for different reasons and with different senses, but you all feel that something changes immediately. The power that's been flowing out of the seed through the tree into the jungle has now stopped flowing, and the seed is now charged with this power, this life force with which you can do wonderful, wondrous things, and it's not feeding anything else anymore. Grubble, you throw the seed to Triss. Roll dexterity, please.
Huh.
And you get disadvantage.
I thought you might say that.
Cool, you fail. That means that Triss, the seed rolls off the branch next to you. It came quite close, but he threw just a little bit short, and the seed falls. Triss, you want to do something about that?
Yeah, can I still keeping, because remember I told you a third sort of sticky arm had come out the other two.
True.
I want to use my, maybe I guess, second corporeal ability to stretch, to try to almost like bungee down after the seed and stick it with my hand.
Okay, you don't need to use another ability. It's going to be a dexterity roll for you as well.
Oh, okay. With disadvantage?
Yes, you all feel Poeticism's poem in your mind.
Oh no!
And yeah, disadvantage means we count the 17 and we take the worst of the rolls, which means you failed as well. You fall down next to the seed, and you fall down on two different sides of the tree. So the seed just falls down. Athla sees it, tries to grab it through the air, but misses as well because you're distracted by what you now realized are fleas covering your body and biting you and making you itch horribly. The seed is on the ground now, just on the floor for anyone to grab. Who is closest to the seed? Who's going to be closest?
Wouldn't Triss be?
Triss, you fell like a few paces away on the other side of the tree. The lizard is subdued right now. It's completely incapacitated by the
Probably
fleeticism.
fucking
I'm sitting on Skep's butt.
Probably.
Oh, it'll be Wilk, yeah.
It'll definitely be Wilk, unfortunately. Because like Mist
She's
is literally
touched.
tied up.
That's true. Wilk is right underneath where Athla is climbing the tree, and the seed falls right next to her. Atlas, do you want to get up and try to grab the seed?
Yes.
Okay, so you roll dexterity with disadvantage to try to jump ahead of her.
Okay. Oh!
Oh!
Your Death Knight senses have your sharp senses to discover and take care of problems before they even arise. Showed you where the seed was. You got up and you jumped, diving beyond Wilk, even before Wilk noticed that the seed is on the ground. She turns around after you and says, "Oh!" like surprised that you see that this is happening. But then you grab the seed, and the seed is in your hands. What do you do?
I don't know. Take a few steps back from like anyone.
Protect the football!
Okay,
yeah.
Wilk is yelling, "Athla, get her!" Not Wilk. Sorry, Skep. Skep is yelling, "Athla,
Oh,
get her!"
I was gonna say.
Skep,
Well,
my
that
other-
makes a lot of sense because Wilco is a fucking traitor.
You would completely believe that she doesn't, but no, she doesn't do that. Skep is yelling, "Athla, get her!"
Athla is. Oh, so you want me to play Athla?
I mean, if you're doing something, yes, but you can
Yeah,
just...
I'm gonna drop out of the tree and just like do like the hero pose landing on the floor.
in front of the Death Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, nice. Triss, how about you? Yeah.
So Triss is stuck to the tree, and like, you know when you let go of a bungee cord and it goes like wing, wing? Yeah, so Triss is basically just doing that, and I have a feeling that Triss is not at this point going to be able to do anything. But Mist is going to almost release her hair, saying, "You may be ruled by bondage without realizing it. Do not let it extinguish the deeper meaning of our quest," and begins to walk towards Athla.
Okay. So you join your cousin, Poa and Roman. How about the two of you?
You go first.
Poa, what do you do?
First I put on my outfit.
Uh-huh.
Poa is going to stop to kind of assess the situation, and then just put his head in his book because he's kind of feels like now that there's no danger, he's kind of lost interest. So he's just kind of gonna keep reading.
Okay, keep reading a poem above the huge body of the lizard, scaly body of the lizard, who's now gone to sleep on the ground. The lizard is just fast asleep. Looks like it's in deep hibernation. Okay, so Roman, Poa seems like he's out of it. Your other cousins are running to oppose the Death Knight. What do you do?
Yeah, I'll run as well. I'll go fight Death Knight. Why not?
Okay. Okay, so all the four Tisisms are standing shoulder to shoulder. Skep also joined you in front of Aklis. Aklis, you're joined.
Hero pose.
Yeah, you're joined by Wilk, who's there. Dirt, do you do something about what's happening here? All the action.
Yeah. Dirt says, "Wilk, hey friend, why don't we come to this way to the cart and let's start to go? Let's start going now."
You say that to Wilk, but they need our help. She says.
But I mean, you have the seed, right? So come on.
No, Aklis has the seed.
Oh, I didn't see. Sorry, I was thinking about how much pain my body's in, and sometimes it's hard to pay attention. So, okay, never mind. Then you can stay here, Aklis. Let's go.
Okay. Aklis, what do you do?
Wait, where's Triss right now?
Triss is literally like sort of hanging by the tree, sort of with the appendage that was also sticky, is kind of like trying to pull and get enough like leverage on the ground to almost like kind of unstick its suckers. If you wanted to, you could probably just like pull and Triss would come off the tree.
I'm gonna like reach a hand out so that Triss can climb or slide down if they want, and I'm gonna just hold my sword, be ready for any attack. No, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna attack. Who's in front of me? Athley? I'll
yes.
attack Athley.
Yes.
You're gonna attack Athley, okay?
Yep.
Go ahead, roll.
Aklis, remember what happens when you put them here?
Fudge.
Might not happen anymore. Because we all
we
felt
don't know. Is it worth the risk? Just saying, we could just be walking.
Let's
now
find
and
out.
Okay.
Let's find out.
Find out. You supposedly have disadvantage, but also you have advantage because Athley is also disabled by all the fleas that Wilk infested him with. So you rolled normally, you rolled a 13 and you made it. What do you do with your attack? Is this all just damage?
Yes.
Is Transformer
Wait,
still a club?
can I... Transformer is still a club.
Okay.
Wait, if I want to transform back to a sword, that's an action, right?
Yeah, it'll cost you one of the damage dice.
Alright, so never mind. I'll leave it a club and I'll just attack 4 times.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Roll 4 dice of damage.
Triss is
4,
definitely
6, 4,
helping.
1.
Okay, 15 points of damage. Athla, you take a good beating.
I've done better.
It's it's a mighty strike, and it catches you squarely on the shoulder. Yeah, I guess actually it's a few strikes and you get thrown around a little bit. What do you do in response to this?
Athley, I'm gonna sort of use the momentum as I get knocked back to sort of turn and spin kick back at Aklis, and if I can, my aim is to try and knock Aklis over.
Mist, are you doing something as well to help your cousin or something of your own?
Mist, I think, is going to... That doesn't even turn, just their third eye in the back of their head just goes and just stares and gets bigger at Aklis, and the hair parts and tries to wrap around the Death Knight's sword and wrest Transformer out of their grasp.
my god. Okay, trying to grab Transformer. Alright. So that's fine. You don't roll dice for your actions as the decisions, so you just describe it, and then the players are going to roll to try to evade what you do. Aklis,
Can I, as Grebel, try and do something that would stop Mist?
yes, please do.
'Cause I'm
And
up-
can I, as Triss, just give support and help to Aklis?
You need to describe how you do that, but first, but of course you can.
Sorry, let Matt go first. Apologies.
So I want to aim myself to push off the tree and land on the massive hair that's on top of mysticism, and use the bubbles of glue as though it's like getting bubble gum stuck in your hair is the intention. So on
Cool.
both my hands and on my feet. Because I've
So
still
cruel.
got those glue bubbles. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you still have
dissipate
them. That's
in
right.
the hair.
Roll dexterity. Let's see how well you drop down. You get advantage because you drop down from above and she's not expecting you, but disadvantage because of Poe's poem. So you roll normally and you rolled a 9, which means you succeeded. Missed. You suddenly feel a heavy weight drop on top of you, and something horrible has happened to your hair.
It is a sign of things to come. Bad.
You see Poet like his goatee grows, but his hair shrinks a little bit, just out of caution.
So,
You hear like a high pitched, like like when you hit a chime wrong and glass breaks. You hear that sound.
So that's what happens. Wilk is trying to do something to Athla again, but Skep is grabbing her now, noticing that they're kind of the same size, they're kind of a match physically, so he's trying to stop Wilk from doing anything, and saying, Athla, you take care of the horrible Death Knight while I grab the girl.
Guys, do we save Wilk?
I kind of want to hear a quick back and forth of conversation between Wilk and Skep as they're like grappling each other.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great.
Ideally, with them talking at the same time.
She
But,
says-
as close as we can get.
Talking simultaneously.
Yes, please. That would be great.
Something like,
With
"Oh,
two different voices.
No, don't. It's terribly uncomfortable. My friends, he says. It's okay. So you decided that you're our enemies. You brought this on yourself. No, I'm new here. I didn't decide anything. They don't let me decide anything. And Skep says, "Oh, I actually kind of know what that feels like. You know what? Sometimes
I
you
want to
get-
yell as Aklis. She doesn't get to vote.
You hear Dirt. You hear Dirt say, "Come on, Wilk, let's go." And then you hear Poet, "Yes, Skep, it's time."
So, you know what? Skep says, while still grabbing Wilk and grabbing like her arms against her body, I kind of know what that feels like. Do you feel like you're like the most insignificant member of the group? Very, like, quite often? Yes, I do feel that. I'm just trying to do the best I can. It's just not my fault I don't have all these awesome powers that all of them have. Exactly. I'm just a guy with a brain. That's all I have. And my cool straw hat. And this. And Kitticism leaps from his shoulder onto Aklis, trying to claw your eyes out of your helmet.
Lohi attacks that fucking cat.
Who?
Lohi.
Lohi! It's the Battle of Familiars! Okay, cool. So Lohi grabs the cat from the air. Lohi just intercepts the cat in the middle of the leap and grabs him from the air. And there's
Lohi's a little bit bigger than a
little cat.
dragonfly. Like, Lohi's just he's like a large dragonfly, like a sparrow size. So it's not like it's pure rage from Lohi.
Yeah. I mean, Kitticism is quite a small cat. Compared to other cats, it's very small. So it's two very small creatures. Jada, what do you have in mind? Yeah.
So Triss is gonna help, but Triss is also sticky. So Triss wants to help Aklis, and what they end up doing is accidentally sticking to Kitticism and to Lohi, which is unfortunate. So in one sticky hand is Lohi, like very desperately trying to attack Kitticism, and in the other sticky hand is Kitticism, very like angrily trying to attack, I guess, Aklis and Triss. And Triss is just sort of, I think, probably falls off of Aklis's shoulder, thus helping Aklis, and also I hope helping Lohi. I'm not sure. but it's just sticky.
Wait, how do you help Aklis by doing this?
Because the Kiddicism was jumping at Aklis.
Okay. Okay, so that
so-
definitely helps. But, I mean, Lohi kind of took care of that already, so you can...
Okay, I mean, if we're saying that, then I think then what Triss is going to do to help Aklis, because at this point they are sticky to Aklis, is they're going to wrap all of their stickiness around Aklis's chest, so that when Roman like slaps at Aklis, or whoever is slapping at Aklis, they will stick instead of.
Nice. So it's Athla. Yeah, it's Athla who's trying to kick Aklis. Aklis, did I already tell you to roll dexterity? No, roll dexterity to evade the mighty kick.
Okay. And I have advantage because I'm being helped.
No, you don't have advantage. The advantage that you're getting is a different kind of advantage. Ooh.
The chaosometer goes down.
Oopsie.
Yeah, it does go down because you help, but it's not mechanically an advantage to the roll. But the advantage is now relevant because when Athla, you kick, you do a back kick to Aklis's chest. Your foot gets stuck in a sticky black substance that is covering their chest. And you find yourself with one leg, one foot stuck in the air to Aklis's chest and one foot on the ground. What do you do?
Ugh, you need to like shower more. What is that? And I'm gonna try and like jump up and spin to like spin myself loose, but I don't know, that might not actually spin me loose. But the intention is to spin away. Spin the foot that's stuck to Triss.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. Aklis, what do you do?
Attack?
Attack Athla again. Sure, go ahead and roll your attack.
Okay. Please, come on.
You got advantage from somewhere? I don't think you do. No.
Yes.
Where? What?
I'm being helped by my friend.
Aklis might have advantage because
about
Athle's still
from
covered
Lohi?
in fleas.
Athla. Actually, I think it's kind of it makes sense to say that by now Poa's poem has quieted down and you don't get disadvantage from that as well already. So only Atlas's fleas are still relevant, which means that you do get advantage to this attack. Which means that you rolled a
thank
4,
fuck.
which means you can roll your damage.
Okay. So, damage. Here we go. Why is this happening? Why is this happening to me?
7. It's a glancing blow, Athla. You free your foot quite easily. You're standing again on the floor. Around you, you realize everything is a mess. There's a cat and a little dragonling hanging from Aklis, stuck to Aklis by a weird black sticky covering on their armor. Grebel is tangled in Mist's hair, trying to free himself from her hair, while she's trying to get the sticky out from her mystical, magical hair. Poe is on the side, just completely disinterested in what is happening, and Dirt keeps trying to convince different people to just leave. Let's just go. Let's just go right now.
So Dirt's gonna take a page from Poe's book, and he's going to go up to whoever's closest. I don't know.
Maybe Poe. Maybe you could just go up to Poe.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dirk goes up to Poe and he tries to put his hand towards him and he says, "What are you doing here? It makes no sense. You should get away and go climb a tree. It's time to go home now. Goodbye. Everyone doesn't want you here anymore." Okay,
Amazing. Okay.
When he says the word tree, the trees on Dirt go.
Dirt is gonna be
They shake.
a whole mini game quite soon. Everyone's gonna have 5 characters just on Dirt. So you climb on the lizard, Dirt. You climb on top of the sleeping, hibernating lizard. You go up to Poe, which is floating above, another meter or two above the lizard, and you put your hand and you say what you say. How does Poe respond?
Just a moment.
The turtleneck.
What That's it.
Okay.
Jacking off again.
So this is going on.
Conversation back and
Aklis, Athla, you look around and you realize it's all on your shoulders. It's all just the two of you. Skep is disabled. Wilk, she can't move or do anything. Skep can't help as well because he's holding her. Aklis, what do you do?
Wait, who's where? Sorry, I'm having trouble following.
I mean, except for Dirt and Poe, everyone's very close.
Cool. And I am still holding the seed. Who's holding the seed?
You are, of course. You're holding the seed in your hand.
Okay.
Which hand is your sword hand, by the way?
Left.
Left. So you're holding the seed in your right hand.
That's more sinister.
Exactly.
Cool.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is transformer back into a sword. And how big is the seed?
About yay big. About the size of your fisted
Like a
gauntlet.
grapefruit?
So you have to like hold it.
Cool. I hold like the sword to it, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And I say, everyone, stop doing whatever you're doing, or the seed gets it.
Roll charisma with advantage.
Charisma is not my strong suit.
Nope. No, it isn't.
Oh, but it worked.
You made it. Which
Charisma success! I'm so excited.
everyone stops. Everyone stops and listens to what you have to say. Transformer in your hand. On top, I guess you turned Transformer back into a blade now, right? Into a sword.
Oh yeah, I thought I said.
So Transformer
that.
changes
Yeah.
back. Okay, so it changes back into a sword. The blade against the seed, and Transformer like whispers, but loud enough for most people around to hear. It whispers, "Okay, this is your time to take control. Show them what you're made of. Show them what the Dark Moors are capable of."
Go to the Dark Moor's side.
What does Skep say?
Skep is just as shocked as everyone else. Everyone's waiting for Aklis's next action or word.
I say to Skep, actually to all the Tisisms, now all of you, step back and lower your weapons? They don't have weapons, right?
None of them have weapons, or most of them don't, but yeah. They understand your
The
meaning.
harmonizing of transcendence is now happening, but only if you get this creature out of my hair.
Grebel pops the bubbles and they just turn into soap. And he jumps down.
You just see like her hair like whips like just like a little bit past his cheek to come wrap like angrily around her again.
Roman sits down and pulls a bottle of red wine from his backpack and gets the drinking. But Aklis is still holding the sword, holding the seed, kind of confused, or I guess you can't tell because of the helmet. All right. And I look back to my my party. What are we going to do with the seed?
Slides down the lizard and he just kind of lands next to them.
Triss almost like unravels off of Aklis's chest and sort of reforms on the ground in front of them, looking up. Don't hurt it, Aklis. Don't hurt it. It's just a possibility. It's not. Please don't hurt it.
I'll do my best not to, but that really depends on what our acquaintances here are going to do.
Well, we can't give it to Skep. He'll use it for necromancy.
Exactly.
No. But we should take it. It deserves to go with its sibling seed and get and get to grow somewhere special.
I have an idea.
Yes.
This might be a pretty bad idea, but did anybody notice that I'm kind of like I kind of grew like a forest?
Oh,
Yes, I have noticed that, but I thought in the heat of battle, perhaps that wasn't the most pressing issue, or issue, I should say. But yes, that is a thing that happened, and that we should
and
attend to.
Grebel does that thing where you can like bend your fingers really far back.
All
I
back to
can't
your arm.
Yeah. I've changed too. Can one of you do it? Is that what's happening? No, you're all just trying. Okay.
No,
I can get my thumb to my arm.
What?
Yeah, I can
That's
too.
a different
Really.
direction.
That is fascinating, but
Definitely can.
This is what the viewers are here for.
what does Dirt
Let's
do?
all
It's
show
the
off
end
our
of the
weird
episode.
body parts.
Come on, it's the end of the episode. What are you proposing?
I'm just thinking, what if we plant it inside of me?
I don't think we want this kind of level of a life energy inside someone.
But I mean,
What if
but
it
one
hurts
part of
you,
wants to
Dirt?
do it.
I mean, my seed, the one that we already have, that one wants to go live and be a tree.
Right, but what I'm saying, it can protect the seed for now and then until we decide what to do with it, because then,
Right, but it might be dangerous for you.
I mean, so what? I'm very, very healthy right now.
So we're not giving it to the Tisisms.
No.
Sorry, Tisisms. I know you're right there.
We don't want it.
We
It's
got there
sorry.
first, and you can't have it. But also, we're probably not destroying it. So there's that. I mean, personally, now that the forest has stopped going crazy, I'm much happier about the fact, now it's off the tree.
Look, there's 3 different parties coming to try to find this thing, right? And so there's going to be more people and more parties and more things coming. So I'm just saying, for safekeeping, it's something that I would happily volunteer to do. And, we see what happens. We can always dig it out later or, go with it.
I've never really found this out. How does the inside of Triss work?
Well, the inside of me works like I hold things and I hold them and they're fine. They're in the same place they were when I held them. See? And Triss reaches into themselves and pulls out the half empty cup of hot chocolate that Atlas had left on the table way back when we
Is it still, or is it moldy and stuff?
No, it's still slightly warm. The straw is still in it.
It's in the
fine.
exact state it was
It's in the
when it went
exact
in.
state it was.
Wow.
Oh my god, that's perfect.
Well, I'm thinking it might be safe to put it inside Triss then.
Dirt's
Triss
gonna-
hands the
Dirt's
hot chocolate
gonna-
to Atlas.
Oh.
Oh, thank you. This is very nice of you. Triss, is it possible for someone else to pull things out of you without your consent?
Tris, what else do you have inside of there? You have a sword or something?
I mean, I have all of the things that I find that ask to come with me, or that I think should come with me, or sometimes just things that I find, like I have Miracle Grow, and I have we should have a treasure party, Dirt. We can talk about all the things, but I don't think anyone
Can I
should
see one
try
of
to.
them? Can I see one of them? Can I see one of the things?
Ooh, okay. So that was the hot chocolate. What else? And Triss reaches inside and pulls out a scroll, and it's the scroll that Grebel had left at the Darkmoor estate. Had read it. It was sort of like a nighttime scroll that they'd found. Sort of the history of the Darkmoors, but they'd left it on the table and thought that they'd taken it, but he realized he hadn't taken it, but Triss had seen it before they left. And
Is this another thing you stole from my family?
I didn't steal it. Grebel took it and then forgot it.
So Dirt takes the scroll and he says, "Now you see that the problem with Triss is, it's not very tight security."
Wait, I'm a problem?
No, I'm just saying, it's just you're very friendly.
But I don't think anyone should put anything in me. I think I have to do. I don't think that wouldn't be good.
Okay, so there's a suggestion from Dirt, a suggestion from Triss. The episode is about to end, so I need a decision. What do you decide as a group to do?
So you can put it in Triss. You just can't try to forcibly take anything out of Triss. I don't think that would be a good idea. Is all I'm saying.
I think.
But Dirt, I mean, Trent/Dirt's point is, if someone says, "Hey, Triss, can you give me the seed?" You would.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I just think like no one should attempt to take something out of Triss. I don't think that's a good idea.
Okay. So you could meet a brand new stranger, and they would go, "Do you have the seed of life?" And you'd go, "Yes." And then they'd go, "Okay, can I have it?" And you'd go,
Triss.
"Oh, sure."
Probably
Chris,
not, but
would you promise to me personally not to give the seed to anyone but the three of us? I point towards Dirt and Grubble.
yes.
Anyone else?
Wilk stands
will-
nearby and feels bad about being
I
left
will
out
only
again.
I will only take the seed out when all three of you at the same time ask me to.
I mean, that works for me.
That
So-
definitely.
Sometimes I go unconscious, so if it's the two of them, I think that's probably trustworthy.
No, I think you're right. I'm Trisisterus, and the four of us must be present for the seed.
Okay, but if I'm unconscious, it's still okay. Just maybe
I-
maybe they need it to
Grubble
make me
goes
not
up
unconscious.
to Dirt and says, "It's all right, Dirt. I can do a good impression of you.
No, that's not true. That's
Weekend
not
at
true.
Dirties.
I'll just move your mouth up and down, and I'll sound as if I'm you."
Ooh, what does that sound like?
Cliffhanger.
Oh, you're not supposed to be listening, Triss.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't heard anything.
Okay, so this is the group decision. Triss is going to hold the seed inside them.
I think so.
Yes.
Okay.
Cut to next week. Triss explodes.
What could possibly go wrong?
Triss,
I mean,
please.
Triss is happy because Triss doesn't want the seed to be destroyed. Triss is still moderately worried something's going to happen to the tree, but Triss is happy to protect the seed, and it gives Triss another purpose. Like protecting the seed is very much within the purpose of Triss now, especially with their latest sort of abilities manifesting. Like Triss will take the guardianship of the seed and the other seed very seriously. And we will find them new homes, and they will be happy. And then I can visit, and I can tell them stories about what it was like when they adventured with us. I like this.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Leaving the Tissisms under the tree.
Wait. Like, did the Tissisms, like, what did Skep do to all of this? Skep didn't try to fight it?
No, Skep was defeated. Watched all of that.
Athlete's like, "Dude, it was a race, and we lost the race. So it's like, you have to be gracious in defeat."
Nothing worse than a sore loser. Know what I mean?
And Miss, like, sort of claps Skep on the back. Suffering is born in the gap where freedom has been excluded.
Skep looks.
Poa just turns around and floats away.
Skep looks at the back of Aklis and the rest of the questers as they walk away. The three cousins that are present to see him and his face as he looks at them. You know that face. Skep is not a. He's not a gracious loser. But right now he's quiet and he just watches the victorious questers walk away. And you walk towards the wagon where Marigold has been patiently waiting for you, ready to carry you back as soon as you want to. You now that the excitement of battle died down a little bit, Aklis, you feel that the tree around you is a powerful force of life, but it's not anathema on its own. It's the seed that does what it does. The tree now is just a big tree, the king of the forest, the center, the heart, the beating heart of this huge jungle, but not going to cause these unnatural phenomena that you met on your way. And over time, you know that this jungle is going to go back to normal. That is until a few years from now, when supposedly another one is going to grow.
Well, that sounds like someone else's problem.
Probably, yes. And you also feel, and Dirt and Aklis, both of you know that once Triss holds something inside them, it's completely cut off. These effects of the seed, the stuff that it's constantly trying to do, it can't do it while it's inside Triss. Triss, write it down in your character sheet, the life seed. Make sure you have it written down. You have 2 seeds now. One of them mostly dead or used up in a jar. Another that is completely alive and
I've got it.
charged with life. Dirt, yes, please.
Just as the as everyone kind of like coalesces and like comes back together, Dirt is just gone. He's walked off, and maybe see the tail of him just walking straight into the woods.
Okay.
Follows.
We'll find out what that is about in next week episode. Jada, you had something before we were done?
I was just gonna say Triss would probably follow, but also ooh.
Okay. So we'll start from either this point or a little bit after what just happened. We'll see what is Dirt's plan or intentions, and what Triss and the rest of the questers do about that. But right now we'll just hear the of Marigold and the hooves striking the ground, the path that has been left behind by Dirt's spell, as you start slowly moving back out of the jungle. And that is going to be the end of tonight's episode.
We did it!
That was awesome.
We gained a goal!
You completed a goal. Mark that you have 1 out of 5 goals. You need to reach level 5, so that's 1 out of 5 now. If you have more goals, state them clearly, because now you will be able to achieve them.
Kill Wilk.
Well, it's going to be a very easy goal to achieve.
In Wilk.
Very easy.
I mean, it's interesting because it's interesting that we let the tree be. The tree is still there. Can one day make another seed.
You definitely did that, yeah. So 1 out of 5 goals done. Next week we'll be back for more adventures. Do we have more things to announce, Matt, or not yet?
As I mentioned at the start, there is a show coming soon, but we'll have more information hopefully on that next week.
Okay, cool. So another show. Stay tuned and come back next week for details. You can also check on our Facebook page. All of it is going to be up there, and on our schedule here on Twitch. So you'll be able to see exactly when and what is going to be up, what night. Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone who watched, who joined us to watch. Thank you, everyone who watches us on YouTube. Thank you, everyone who played in this session, which is exactly the 4 of you, actually, for playing multiple characters, more than double your number, which is very impressive. And I want to say thank you for that. We'll see more of Viticisms, and especially Skep, in the future.
Or will we?
Or will we? Yes, we will. And you will see me streaming solo Saturday night, 8:30 Israel, 6:30 GMT, as usual. And you'll see us next Monday for the next episode of Questers of Yalpelor. Same time, same place. And until then, play hard and stay safe. Good night.
Wear a mask.